There's a place where you can take comfort in the knowing that whether if you've come to stay a while or just passing through, this door is open to you. Come and let's be silent. Come and share a hug. Come, let's pray together. Come love and be loved. From the blissed out to the turned out, from the pampered to the abused, this door is open to you. Come on in, come on in, come on in, come on in. The God in us recognizes the God in you, the God in you. Whether you're black or white, gay or straight, Christian, Buddhist or Jew, this door is open to you.
Good morning, Unity family. Please get up on your feet. Happy New Year, everyone. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Everybody do this. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded of who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Here we go. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah.
Test 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. Oh, hey, there we go. These hearing aids are kind of funny. Anyway, welcome to Unity of Renaissance. And I wanted to welcome you here this morning. You know, we are a practical organization. And what that means, and I'm going to talk about in a little while, is that we live life with intention. That we look at things in a practical way, but we put a spiritual twist into it. It's not just all logic, it's certainly not ego, but it's the opportunity to feel and know and experience the Christ within, to grow in that Christ. And that's what we teach here. That's what we offer here. And it's many opportunities here to do exactly that in many different ways. And that makes it so exciting to be a part of Unity Renaissance. So
Well, he didn't do anything to make it go off.
are we having mic problems this morning? Test, 1, 2, 3. I think you got most of that, so anyway, I won't go through it again. But you know, at Unity Renaissance, we do have a mission and a vision. And what I'd like to do is share and have you share with me our vision statement. A spiritually awakened world living in peace and joy. And then the mission statement is, we transform lives that transform the world. And we do. And you are part of that. You are doing that. And so let's just opening with this New Year's prayer. Oh, happy, happy New Year. In Spirit, I turn this year over to you to guide us and direct us, to lead us. And we open our hearts and we open our ears and we open our minds to that direction. A direction that leads us into feeling love and loved. A direction that strengthens our faith and allows us to know that what we believe in, what we affirm, what we how we live our lives makes a difference, not only to us, but to others. We are so, so thankful to be here this morning, to be together, and for those listening to be with us in spirit, mind, and knowing that the Christ is always bringing us together as one. We are thankful to be having a happy New Year. And so it is. Amen.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
All right, let's stand again for this song. Wholeness and happiness. Health, wholeness and happiness. Praise the good and raise the world with health, wholeness and happiness. Health, wholeness and happiness. Health, now is the time in our service where we turn and greet our neighbor with a friendly handshake, bow, or a hug. And please mean it. Repeat the divinity salute to them. The divine in me
Greets the divine in you, and we serve and celebrate together
for the glory of God. Wholeness and happiness. Health, wholeness and happiness. Praise the good and raise the world with health, wholeness and happiness. Praise the good and raise the world with health, wholeness and happiness.
Beautiful job, y'all. Thank you.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, Unity Renaissance. Woo! Happy New Year. So glad we've turned another corner and we're in 2024, which is going to be an absolutely amazing year for us. My name is Margaret Jenkins, and I have the privilege and honor of being your platform host today. And our word for today, please excuse the slide. The word for today is wholeness. Wholeness. And what a great word to use for the beginning of the year. So our affirmation for today is, wholeness is my nature and the truth of my life. I see myself whole and complete as a living expression of God. My thoughts fill my consciousness with the divine idea of wholeness. Through my actions, I bless the life energy in my body with the right balance of exercise, rest, and nutrition. I live from my wholeness, even if I experience illness. I may receive treatment, but I do not consider myself weak or diseased. I move through every health challenge with faith and grace, trusting that the experience has come to pass. I remember wherever I am, whatever may be happening, divine life is always seeking to express through me. To restore my awareness of wholeness, which is and will always be my true spiritual state of being. Our scripture verse for today comes from Luke chapter 11, verse 34, and it reads, "Your eye is the lamp of your body. If your eye is healthy, your whole body is light. But if it is not healthy, your whole body is darkness." If you would like prayer support today, we have many opportunities for you to receive that prayer. You can submit a prayer request online or here if you're in our beautiful sanctuary. You may also call our Unity Prayer Ministry, which is a 24-hour prayer line, and that number is 816-969-2000. Or we have prayer chaplains available right here in our sanctuary. Would our prayer chaplain please stand? And after the service, they will be located right past the bookstore in the chapel, and they will be available to pray with you for any occasion. And now, if you would please stand and join us for the Lord's Song.
Holy Creator, supply our needs, Lord, from day to day. Let your forgiveness light our way. Lead us away from temptation's hold. Deliver us, Lord, into your fold. For all the kingdom, power, and praise, with you began and with you stays. Holy Creator,
Our Father who art in heaven,
praise your name.
hallowed be thy name.
Your will in
Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven.
Supply our needs.
And give us this day our daily bread.
From day to day.
And forgive us our debts, as we have also forgiven our debtors.
Forgiveness light our way. Lead us away.
And lead us away, not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom and the power and the glory forever.
For all the kingdom, power, and praise, with you began and with you stays. Amen. Amen. Please be seated. You will do amazing things with the choice each new day brings, and with every step you take, bless the progress that you make. The reason you live is found in every gift you give. Love your life, love your dreams. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Oh, the places you will go, and the people you will know. Don't worry when or where or how. You don't have to know right now. You're on the right track. No need to look ahead or back. Just enjoy what this day brings. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing,
Let your mind rest for a little while. Sometimes deepest answers come when you're out there having fun. So close your eyes and take a breath and smile. You don't have to work it out, just stay in the here and now. Let your mind rest for a little while. Sometimes deepest answers come when you're out there having fun. So close your eyes and take a breath and smile. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things. Amazing, amazing. You will do amazing things.
Nick Hill, everybody.
That was amazing. Aren't they great? Yeah. Okay, that's enough. I don't want it to go to their heads, okay? First, I got to do a little bit of housekeeping before we begin. I want to make sure everybody has a white stone. Everybody picked up a Jerusalem stone. Anybody that does not have one, raise your hand. Just raise your hand and we'll make sure. It looks like the ushers did a great job. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. Now, the other thing I want to mention to you is that when you write on this with a pencil, that if you'll take the stone home and put it in, not put it in water, but just put some water on it, it will dry. And let it dry, and then what you've written down will be there for as long as you want it. So those who've been coming for 30 years, and somebody mentioned that and use it as backdrops on their kitchen, okay, it'll always be there for you. You know, it's kind of interesting. One of the stories I heard about New Year's Eve in Times Square was that a woman and her husband, they were in their 40s, went to New York and spent a couple of days there to be in Times Square. So on New Year's Eve, kind of in the middle of the day, the wife decided to take a really nice nap. And so she took her nice nap, and she woke up. And, how you feeling, honey? I'm feeling great. And, honey, I had a great dream. You did? Yeah, I dreamed that you gave me a diamond ring to start the new year off. He says, okay. And so while she's getting dressed, he says, I got to go down to the store, honey. And he goes out, and he comes back. And he's got a little box that's gift wrapped. And it was a little larger than a ring box, a lot larger than a ring box. But he had always kind of done that. You know, you put a box in a box, and you hide things. You have a big, big box with a little thing in it. So he did that, and so that's what she suspected. But when she opened it, what she found was a book. And the book said, How to Interpret Your Dreams Correctly. Wow. So, today, I'm going to do something different. I'm not going to use a slide to speak of, okay? That's it, right there. So listen carefully, because I don't know what I'm going to say. Living life with intentions. How many people here have set New Year resolutions for this year? Oh, see, when you used to ask that 30 years ago, everybody, yeah. And then what's happened over time as we get older is we find out that those resolutions most of the time don't work. And I think it's because they are a wish list. They are not really an intention. When we make a wish list, it's kind of like, if I get around to it, I'm going to do it. Or I make the list, and then, I put it in my computer, and maybe I'll look at it every day. And after 3 days, I stop looking at it. And then I forget it. And so I made my wish list, which did not come true. And that's okay. But when we set an intention, it changes everything. Because an intention is set on your belief system, what you believe about yourself, how you see yourself, and how you want to change how you live your life, how you want to change that screen of life that you have and see yourself in a different way. An intention, really, when you think about it, and living with intention is totally different. For example, let's say that I'm a business owner. I used to be one of those. And, but I'm so busy. I mean, the whole world has consumed me, or the business has. And I can't get away from it. I don't know what to do with it. And so I set an intention. And my intention is to have white space in my life. Instead of putting the vacation off this year, I will take the vacation. Instead of skipping my child's birthday party, and some have done that when business calls, I'm going to be there no matter what. I'll cancel my plans. Instead of not spending time with my partner, I'm going to spend time with my partner, and I'm going to set up a date night on a regular basis. You see, when we get into intentions, we talk about how we're going to change ourselves. We're going to talk about how we're going to change our life. Maybe as a person who is a supervisor or in a higher position in a company, you recognize that you really aren't connected to the people who work with you and for you. And so the intention would be, I want to have better connectivity. I want to get to know them. I want to have a relationship. And so you decide, there are things I'm going to do to make that change so that I feel connected and they feel connected to me. And all of a sudden, I find there's joy in the workplace. I find that people really want to get together and please one another. I find that people are motivated to do their work because somebody cares. And maybe, again, we just don't feel connected the way people talk about, even at Unity Renaissance. I come. I listen. I have a nice time, but I don't feel really, really connected. Well, look at yourself, and I'm suggesting this as an intention, and that if you feel that way, and a few people probably do, this is something you can do about it. That you can take on this opportunity to be connected by staying after church for a little while and talking to people. By saying, I'm going to really get engaged in some classes. And there are plenty of classes here. I mean, if you want to really stay busy, attend all the classes. You won't have time to work or do anything else. But you'll learn a lot. So because it's in the classes that the connection takes place most times, to be honest. Not only with one another, but with the Christ within. And so we have these opportunities to set these intentions. And today I just want to recommend that maybe you might look at our principles and say, my intention is to become the principles that we are. That I do believe there's one source. And I believe that source is always present. I believe that source is powerful. I believe that source gives me an understanding of who I am, and an understanding of nature, and an understanding of life. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to invest my time, and I set the intention to do that, to feel closer to myself, to understand the higher self within me, to embrace that higher self. And then we know that second principle, and this might be one you focus on. Source and I are one. God and I are one. The Christ and I are one. What does that feel like? How do you experience that? Maybe I'll talk to a few people about it. Maybe I'll seek it out. Maybe I'll focus on it so I understand that I truly am not only a child of God, but a creator of God. That I can feel myself changing when I make that kind of discovery and I apply it and set an intention to live it. And then, of course, there's the idea of the third principle. And the third principle is, and I'll get there, okay? It's catching up with me. The third principle is the law of mind over matter, the law of mind action. And in that one, what we start to do is understand as divine beings that we can set divine intentions, which are divine ideas, and then we can manifest those divine ideas. That means we bring it into our lives, and we bring it into the lives of all around us, our families, our co-workers, our friends, and people here at Unity. And so we make that commitment, and we say, what's really important to me? And what am I going to focus on? And what do I want to change my life? And I use that law of mind action to do it. And then if I want to reinforce that, I use affirmative prayer. And so my intention is to be an affirmative prayer. You know, when I learned to pray, it was like, God, get rid of that person. No, I never said that. Well, maybe a couple times. But anyway, but it really was all about asking for God to take over and do something for me that I just didn't want to do. Instead of me being in charge, I said, God out there, you be in charge. And I pray that you will heal me. Today, I don't pray that way. I use affirmative prayer. I see myself whole. I see myself healed. I see myself present in this moment. I see myself living life so fully that others feel it and experience it and know who and what I am. That's my intention. That's how I want to show up. And so I use these prayers and I use denials to allow myself to get rid of, and I don't mean to chase away, I mean to embrace those things that are the shadow side. Those things I don't really want to tell people about. Those things maybe I want to hide. But what I learned to do is embrace it. And I learned the more I embrace it, the more I am able to share the things that didn't go quite well in my life. And then I found out other people have the same experiences, and then I found out, oh my gosh, we're growing together, we're learning together, and this is really healthy. So my shadow side becomes my light side. And then it's automatic. I intend to take action. I intend to pay attention to my intentions. I intend to show up and create a new me. And so as we step into that and understand that, we now can see that we have an opportunity, not just on New Year's Day or not just on January the 7th, but every day to set a new intention. If I make a mistake, I can say, oops, that's not who I want to be. And by grace, I can step into what I am and who I am. And so we do that. And then another thing we have today is this opportunity to have a white stone ceremony. How many people are not familiar with that? White stone ceremony. Is this your first one? Oh, great. All right. That's wonderful. I have not missed one for 25 years. I have missed a burning bowl service just this past week, I'm so sorry to say. But anyway, and I appreciate all the prayers, by the way, people supporting me as I moved through the COVID, and I did move through it. And so anyway, what I want to do is ask you to hold your white stone in your hand. And as I do, just remember that this is a ceremony, it's an ancient ceremony. And it's a ceremony during Jesus' time when somebody was imprisoned and that was let out of prison. If somebody was a leper and was healed from it, they were offered a white stone, a Jerusalem stone. And that's what you're holding in your hand. It comes from Jerusalem. A Jerusalem stone. And that person could write a new name for themselves. I mean, you know about new names. You know, Sarai became Sarah. Abram became Abraham. Jacob became Israel. We can adapt those new names. And we can find a new name for ourselves, and we can set the intention. Not just a resolution. We set the intention that I'm going to be that name. So instead of taking your white stone home, putting a little water on it, and then setting it aside, or putting it in a drawer, keep it up in front of you, maybe at your computer, somewhere where you are every day and you'll see it. And say, that's my intention. That's me. That's who I am. And slowly but surely, if you're not already, you will become that. You will become that. And so that's the basis behind this white stone ceremony. And so what I'd like to do is offer you this opportunity to go into a time of silence. And as you do, hold this white stone in your hand and see it as a symbol of new life. Say with me, I make all things new. Together, I make all things new. And this white stone that you're holding in your hand is a promise of new life. It's a symbol of a clean slate. And it is living life with intention. And so know that your slate is clean today. No matter what's going on in the past, no matter what life has been like for you, no matter how you felt, no matter whatever, today you have a new slate before you. And anytime you look at this white stone, realize that you have the gift of choice, the gift to live differently, to begin again, to connect with the God of your understanding. This is a moment that is a whisper from your soul that you are so much more than you've ever let come into expression. And as you are guided by Spirit, know that you can go deep within. So take this moment. Take this moment to go deep within. Breathe in. Hold it for a second. And breathe out. One more time. Breathe in. And breathe out. And feel yourself moving into your heart space. Feel yourself stepping to that place on high, where you, the I am within you, and Spirit are all one. And begin to take a moment and see yourself walking along a path. It's a wooded path. And as you do, you feel nature. You feel the beauty. And then this path opens up into a beautiful meadow. See the meadow. And what you notice in the meadow is there's a bench, just a little way up the hill. And so you gently walk to that bench. And you sit down. And you say to yourself, who am I? Who am I? In this very moment, as you're sitting on the bench, you allow yourself to think of a name that you might apply to that question, who am I? It might be a word from one of our 12 powers: faith, zeal, forgiveness, strength, power itself. Or it may be a name that you remember from childhood that had an impact, that impacted your life. But allow your mind to be open and let your divine mind take over your brain, take over your body. And as you feel and experience that, you come to the conclusion, you know you're ready to declare your name. And as that name comes to you, still in the silence, write that name down on the Jerusalem stone, the white stone that you have. And now hold your stone in your hand if you've completed writing. And as you hold it in your hand, allow yourself to ask for deeper understanding. To ask, are there any steps I need to take so that I honor this name? Allow yourself to open the Spirit, to say to yourself, God in me reveals my true essence. God in me reveals my next step. God in me lives a joyous, peaceful, and fulfilling life. Think to yourself, behold, I make all things new. For you are my beloved in whom I am well pleased. And always remember, it is your Father's good pleasure to give you this kingdom. Accept this consciousness of ever-increasing good in your life. I invite you to carry this white stone as a reminder of that promise. Amen and amen.
Flow, Spirit, flow through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding peace. Show, Spirit, show through me as I open up to be an expression of your unfolding love.
Amen. So, I invite you now to think about your love offering. You may want to text it in. Just a second, I'm not ready. You may want to drop an envelope in the back. However you give, just give from your heart. And let your heart determine that gift. And as we do that, we give thanks. And so let's together bless our, well, wait a minute. I nearly forgot, didn't I?
Oh, yeah, we can't go without the jingle.
No, we
We
got to
might
do
forget
that.
the number if we don't.
So, give to
540-418-1228. Text now.
So whether you text it, whether you send it in, whether you're on the reoccurring gift program, however you give, just take this moment and let's bless our gifts together. Divine love, through me, blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, and all that I receive, and I am grateful.
Give and it's given back to you. Give and it's given back to you. Give and it's given back to you. Pressed down, shaken together, running over, back in good measure. It's given back to you.
Good morning, beautiful family. I have a little story for you. A year after my father died, I was still living at home with my mom and brother, and I got a real job in the real world, full-time at a bank. I was 20 years old, and I was really excited to have a predictable salary and the opportunity to buy things with my own money and generally feel independent. And then my mom dropped a bomb. She said, now that you have full-time employment, she was a widow, it's time for you to pitch in and contribute to the family by giving a percentage of your income to the household to help cover your room and board. Yeah, right? I was flabbergasted. This parent who had provided for me my whole life, making sure I was fed and so forth, was now asking me to help pay for the mortgage, utilities, and food. I had no choice but to consider the validity of her request, and there was a certain amount of make sense about it, I had to admit. And it wasn't transactional. Mom wasn't saying, pay me for services rendered. It was, please contribute to the family home. So years later, I joined a church, and one year when they did their annual, give us an estimate of what you're going to be giving over the next year so they could budget, or what I jokingly called the give us your money sermon, I realized that my church was entirely supported by members of the congregation. The mortgage, the furnishings, the cleaning services, staff salaries, spiritual leadership, it was all our responsibility. It wasn't give us your money, it was please contribute to the family home. We share in our responsibility, and it is also not transactional. Our weekly contributions are not admission to the Sunday show or tuition to classes. We're not paying for services rendered to be inspired or nourished, though inspiration is an intention. Some Sundays you'll be more inspired than others. How nourished we are is up to us, because the inner work is ours to do. We have a responsibility to our household. It looks different for everyone, though. For me, that means asking my heart what amount feels right. And as we begin this new year, I invite you to ask yourself, ask your heart, should I consider giving more? Should I stay the course? Am I facing hardship and I need to dial back for a little while? Whatever it turns out to be, it's always very personal, and it's your decision. So I invite you to close your eyes, take a deep, slow breath through your heart. Activate some appreciation for this beautiful spiritual home we have. And listen to what your heart tells you. Thank you.
It's beautiful, Gail. Thank you. What a wonderful prosperity minute. Well, Boyd's about to sing you a bunch of New Year's resolutions and intentions. You can take however many of those you want to heart. And it's an awesome song by David Roth. 1, 2, 3, 4.
This is the year for making changes. This is the year for moving on. This is the year of overcoming. This is the year for growing strong. This is the year for a new way of thinking. This is the year for making plans. This is the year for reaching out. And this is the year for joining hands. Gone are the lonely nights of yearning. Gone are the dark and cloudy skies. All the unsteady bridges burning. All of the doubts and all the lies. This is the chance to recapture the power. This is the time to abandon the fear. This is the moment, the finest hour. This is the year, this is the year. This is the year that I put into action all my desires and all of my means. This is the year that I follow my passion. This is the year of my dreams. This is the year I'm letting go of trying to change the ones I love. This is the year I turn it over. This is the year I look above. This is the year that I take my intention, turn it away from distraction and talk. This is the year I take the step, and this is the year I walk the walk. This is the year that I put into action all my desires and all of my means. This is the year that I follow my passion. This is the year of my dreams. This is the year I make it happen. This is the year I follow through. This is the year I move ahead on all of the things I want to do. This is the year to renew my commitment. This is the time to be conscious and clear. This is the moment for living fully. This is the year, this is the year. This is the year, this is the year. Oh, this is the year.
Boy Black, everybody. Food for thought.
So, once again, the second time today, I'd like to welcome anybody here who's here for the first time. If you're here for the first time, would you please raise your hand? What we'd like to do is have our ushers would like to come forward and present a gift to you. Anybody at all? Any hands at all? Okay, there we go. Right up front here. Thank you. Right here. Thank you. And what we want to do again is welcome you. We hope that you'll come back, obviously. We just see you as a first-timer. The next time will be a second-timer, obviously. And in that little packet, there's another gift. If you fill out the form inside and you go to the bookstore and hand that in, you'll get another gift there. So please take a moment to do that. Again, we welcome you, and we hope that this has been a great, happy New Year service for you. Thank you for being here. And now, Valerie Winters, our Vice President of the board, will be coming forth to share some board thoughts with you and a report to you. Valerie, where are you, hon? There you are. Jolene's coming also.
Okay, I'll go first. Okay. Obviously, I'm not Christopher Naughton. He is with his fur baby the fur baby had to have surgery this morning, so him and Valerie are taking care of that. So in his stead, I will follow up an awesome song and a great prosperity minute that tie into what we're going to talk about a little bit here, and then Jolene's going to give you an update on the upcoming visits by our ministerial candidates. As you know, we're coming into a great year, and this is the year, Boyd, as you so eloquently sang for us. 2024, we will have a new minister in place, which means that the board's leadership is key in working with this new minister to plan the path for Unity Renaissance going forward. We stand on some broad shoulders. Judy Meyer, Laura Barrett Bennett, and Paulette McDeasy, and now it's time to take the next step forward. With that in mind, the board normally gets applications for new membership in January. Right now, we've only had one, and that was in the last week. You probably received an e-blast from Christopher Naughton on Wednesday telling you that we are in need of 2 board members to run. Myself and Tony Porton roll off the board at the end of this month. So what that means, after reviewing our options, talking to UWM and their bylaws expert, is we have reopened the board application process through January 15th, which is a week from tomorrow. And then we would have a meet and greet with the candidates on the 21st after the service, which you'd have a chance to talk to them, find out what their vision for Unity is and how they would work with the new minister and the existing board members. And then on the 28th of January, our annual meeting, we would vote for those members, the new board members. Like I said, we've had one person send in their application since Christopher sent out his e-blast. We need at least one more. There is an option for the board to appoint. The bylaws allow the board to appoint someone. We do not want to go that route. We would feel better if you in the congregation feel within your heart that it's time for you to step up and help plan the future of Unity Renaissance. It's a 3-year tour. Yeah. 3 years on the board, voting, helping to plan the future. It's it can be a lot of work, and it probably will be because we have a new minister, but it's also rewarding. I've served 7 years, 2 of my own and 1 year of someone who resigned, and I've enjoyed every minute of it, okay? I ask you to pray on it, meditate on it. If you have questions, feel free to talk to a current board member. I'll be here after the service. Jolene's the board member of the day. Gail is here. Jim Hudson is here. So just talk to us and find out a little bit more about it if you want to. Adrian's here. I'm sorry, Adrian. Adrian's here. So if you feel led in that direction, or you want to talk to a board member, find out a little bit more about it. Minimum requirements, 2 years membership active, and then have, attended some classes, been active in the church, but that doesn't mean you have to be here every time the church door is open. We just want somebody who's involved in the church and has their pulse on the church. Okay? And if you have any questions, all the board members' emails are on the website. Feel free to email one of them or Christopher directly. If you want what am I trying to say? An electronic version of the application, feel free to email me. I'm the liaison for the nominating committee. I do have paper copies available if somebody wants one today. And Jolene's going to tell you a little bit about what's going on with our ministerial candidates.
Thank you. Am I on?
You're on.
Okay. So before I talk about the ministerial candidates, I just want to follow up on what Valerie was talking about as regards to being on the board. So I'm just finishing my first year on the board, and it has been such. Step into the light. Am I in the light? Yes. Yes. Oh, I feel it now. Okay. So anyway, it has really been a privilege to work with this group of people who are just there to do the business of the church. And we're not a group of people who come in with agendas. We just are, this is what's before the church. Everybody, gives their input. We always manage to come to, in the end, it seems like an effortless consensus. It's a joy to serve on the board. And I'm a person who can fear commitments, I briefly considered joining in the military, and it was like, what? I've been trapped for 3 years, and I can only bring one lipstick. And so anyway, I was fearful about it, but it is a commitment. But I also want to say you're not signing in blood. I mean, if something happened that you really couldn't fulfill it, we're not going to, tie you into it. So with that said, as Valerie said, it's such an exciting time. 2024 is a big year for many reasons, and one of them being that we will be hiring a new minister. We currently have 2 candidates who are scheduled to come visit Unity Renaissance. The first one, Reverend Arlene Meyer, will be here the first weekend of February. She's the second? Oh, I'm sorry. Okay. Well, Reverend Arlene Meyer will be the second candidate coming in the second weekend of February. During that weekend on Saturday, she will be giving a workshop that we hope people will attend, and then the Sunday after that, she will be giving the Sunday talk. And if you are a member of the church, you will have the ability to fill out a form stating your opinion and your views, which will be considered as we make decision as to whom to hire. The other candidate who's coming in first is Reverend Maggie Alderman. She'll be here the first weekend of February. Again, on Saturday, she'll be giving a workshop. On Sunday, she'll be giving the Sunday talk. And again, you'll have an opportunity to give feedback. There is also a third candidate who is currently still under evaluation. So we haven't yet decided whether or not that we will be bringing that person in for an interview to meet everybody, but that is a possibility. So we really have appreciated everybody's prayerful support and patience as this process has worked out. So thank you very much.
Hi. Well, this segues nicely into our first announcement. Do we have to back up just a bit? No? That's the one? Okay, well then I'll tell you, this is the one I was looking for. This segues nicely into our Path to Discovery. If you'd like to become a member this month and be eligible to vote on our board members and vote on our new minister coming in, I want to clarify, Jolene, everybody can give their feedback. You don't have to be a member, right, to give your feedback on that. But then I think when the actual voting comes, membership is required. Maybe, maybe not. Okay. Well, anyway, you can vote on new board members. If you would like to become a member by January 28th, we're offering 2 classes that are required for membership, Path to Discovery. One is on Saturday morning at 11, and that one's live. And then Monday night at, what date is that? I can't read. January 22nd, Monday night, it's going to be at 6:30. That's going to be on Zoom. So you have 2 opportunities, a Zoom on a Monday night and a live class on Saturday. If you want to become a member in time for the end of the month. So please, if you've already kind of gone on the website and signed up, even if you've already asked to be a member, please do this again so we can make sure we have you covered. There should be a sign-up sheet out there, or go to our website and you can fill out a form there that says you want to become a member, and then I'll contact you as to, you'll be able to choose which class you want, and then I'll contact everybody to join us together. All right? Great. Next. And here comes Miss Margaret. Are we going backwards now or forward?
We should be going to the spiritual cinema. We want to go back. Spiritual cinema. Okay, here we go.
Next is Carolyn. Carolyn. Bring Carolyn up for the...
Okay, so we're going forward.
Okay, thank you. Hi, everyone. I'm Carol Ann, and I am so happy to be here to invite you to the Living Intentionally Dream Big meditation event that's going to take place here next Sunday at 1:15. And I want to thank you, Reverend Richard, for talking about the power of intention, because that's what it's all about. This is a workshop I've been doing for 11 years. This is our 11th year. I've done it at Unity before, and it's powerful. It's a great way to come together, and the greatest thing about it is that we are all supporting each other to get clear on what it is that we want to intend, how we want to live, and what we want to manifest, and we create this incredible group energy. And it's super, super fun. So I invite you. The information is on the website, on the Unity website, and you can go to carolanne.com. That's CARYLANNE.com to register. And if you have any questions or want to hear more about it, talk to me after the service. And thank you so much. I look forward to seeing all of you.
Thanks, Carol Ann. And Carol Ann will also be giving our message next Sunday, so we're looking forward to that as well.
Going back. Okay, for January, our spiritual cinema is going to be the 19th at 7 o'clock. It's free, as usual, popcorn, water, everything is here for you. The title of our January film is You Can't Take It With You. We've heard that before, haven't we? It's about the antics of an eccentric family who clash with Wall Street when a banker's son falls in love with his secretary. Woo. So worlds collide when the families meet. And Jimmy Stewart, Lionel Barrymore, Jean Arthur, all of these old-timers who were great are in this film. So if you're available, please come out and share the movie with us. You can't take it with you.
Thanks, Margaret. And you know, this is an old film, but Charlie O'Dowd has assured me that there's deep spiritual meaning to this. And it was also directed by Frank Capra, who directed It's a Wonderful Life with Jimmy Stewart, too. So I'm sure it's going to be a great movie. If you've never seen it, or if you've seen it a few times, you get to see it from a new perspective. All right, as Valerie said, every week we have a board member here to answer questions. You may have a lot of questions to ask now. We have several board members here. Jolene's our main one, as well as Valerie and Adrian, and well, you know the list. So please ask questions if you have them, all right? So we can all be transparent and on the same page. But right now, it's time to bring the children in.
We are walking in the light of God. 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 We are walking, walking, we are walking, walking, we are walking in the light of God. We are walking, walking, we are walking, walking, we are walking in the light of God. We are walking in the light of God. We are walking in the light of God.
Hey.
Good morning. Happy New Year, happy holidays, happy merry everything, happy. So nice to see you all, and our kids are back. So exciting because just in time for Sensational Skills Sunday, which was today. So exciting. So we're going to start first with offertory blessing. Who is my offertory angel? Thank you. What a sweet angel you are. Thank you so much. Okay. Everyone take a deep breath. Oh. Dear sweet spirit, thank you so much for all that you've given us today, for the rain that has stopped for us to come to church dry, for the sunshine, for the wonderful clothes and wonderful sleep, for all the wonderful meals, for the joys of the children, for the gratefulness of our volunteers, how wonderfully they worked with our children today. We are so blessed. Thank you for these monetary gifts and all that we receive. And so it is. Amen. Okay, and before we begin our sharers, Miss B would like to share with all of you.
Thank you, Miss Mary. So, as many of you may not know, but I'll remind you, every first Sunday of the month is Sensational Skills Sunday. We have a wisdom teacher that volunteers to guide and facilitate our class, which is comprised of the youngest from age 3 all the way up to the eldest, our YOUs and Uniteens. And today we have the pleasure of our awesome Miss Lisbeth Chiriboga. Okay. Yeah. So she facilitated, taught, and with the assistance of our awesome teachers, Mr. Russell and Rosie back there, our children learned how to make delicious, healthy, energy power balls today. Yes, and I got to share the ingredients for you, and all the families will go home with the ingredients. Fresh bananas, oats, sunflower butter, maple syrup, and their choice of either raisins or cacao nibs. And throughout the process, they learned a lot about nutrition and were guided in being...
Fiber and antioxidants.
Yes, thank you.
Fiber and antioxidants.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Lisbeth. And for those of you who don't know, Lisbeth is also our lead on overseeing our vegan potluck, which takes place twice a month. Once a month, once every other month. Thank you, Miss Lisbeth. Back to you, Mary.
For more details on all this greatness, our children are going to share. Who better to hear it from, right? Absolutely. Okay, so we only have 1, 2, 3, and then 4 is the teens. Next time.
Faith blesses my day and paves my way. We learned about carbon dioxide. We learned about antioxidants and how they work as our fighters, and they fight off any bad things that we digest.
Sure.
The power of the month is faith, and the color is blue, and it's located in the center of your brain.
And before we continue to pray and sing, I just want to let you all know, parents, as you come to pick up your children today, yes, we have that wonderful recipe for you to pick up, so make sure you get a copy of that because your children Loved, loved, loved those little Powerballs. And as well, next Sunday, our second Sunday, is Samaritan Second Sunday, where we make sandwiches for the homeless, and the children will be making the sandwiches. The first week that we did it, B and I personally paid for all the bread and cheese and all those wonderful things. For the weeks following, we would love it if you'd help contribute. So I made a little sign-up QR code. When you come to pick up your child, if you hit that, you could sign up to just bring one thing. And if you bring it next Sunday, that would be wonderful. And whatever doesn't get brought, we have no problem picking up, because it's just a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful way to spend our time. With that, please stand for the prayer of protection and the peace song.
All right, let's repeat it. The light of God surrounds us. The love of God enfolds us. The power of God protects us. And the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family all are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment